Anyway, today is very, very special. We have a special speaker who absolutely never gets nervous being on the wake up call because she's been on 7 times. I told her I'm going to get her that jacket that they give to SNL hosts who host more than 10 times. So she's got to host 3 more times to do that. Anyway, you guys, she's been a coach over 10 years. In fact, listen to this. Her coach ID number is only 5 digits long. Anyway, if you were listening to Carl Deichler a few weeks ago, he was on with Kat, and he talked about Diesel Nation, which is the name of Kristina Delgado's team. And they have forged so many great friendships that is important. And Kristina's going to talk a lot about those friendships that she has built over the years. She's a 9-time elite coach, you guys. So she's been coaching 10 years, and 9 of those years she has hit the elite rank, the elite achievement. She's also a superstar diamond coach. And you guys, in 2018, she won the CEO award, which is determined by Carl Deichler, and she was awarded that. You guys, give it up from Miami, Florida, Kristina Delgado. Hello.
There we go. Hey, Sandy, how are you?
Hey, are you excited that this is lucky number 7th time on the National Wake Up Call?
I don't know if I'm excited or really freaking nervous because
what?
I do get excited. I get really excited, but I still get nervous when I speak to the network. It's such an honor to be here.
Okay, well, you have a really great topic. I want to give you an opportunity to talk about how you became a coach and then what happened during those years that is bringing us forward to this topic today. So take it away.
Absolutely, Sandy. Thank you so much. So you guys, I started coaching almost 11 years ago, like Sandy said. And yes, I have a long story with Beachbody, but I want to focus on a time in my business as well as the network that precipitated the hashtag I am Team Beachbody movement, because some of you weren't around back then. And I think it's important to revisit history so that you can utilize the lessons of that moment to help build your business. What's really funny is that last week, Megan Ewaldson, she shared her story of when she lost her joy and belief in the business back in 2017. And I couldn't help but chuckle, not in a bad way, in a good way, because it highlights what we were all experiencing as a network during that time. Up until about 2016, 2017, Beachbody experienced this tremendous growth. And many of us built our business as a result of that momentum. I mean, just by way of example, with the launch of the 21-day fix, our team, Diesel Nation, I kid you not, we like doubled in size that week of the launch. It was awesome. And at that time, it was almost effortless to have this incredible belief in what we were doing because it was easy. It was easier. We truly bled Beachbody blue. And when Carl would state our mission statement to help others achieve healthy and fulfilling lives, our chest would swell with pride. But as someone that watched her father build a business through good and bad times, I knew that there would be challenges. It was inevitable. And I felt that if we were going to have longevity, we needed to create and sustain belief always, and not only when it was easy. So it was around 2016 that a shift began in the network. And as an attorney and as someone that loves to argue, we can dissect why and how that shift started happening, but that's not the point. It was a challenge that we were confronted with, and it got hard. Coaches were quitting, and the noise on social media grew really loud. Even those that held on were distracted, and our message was no longer being heard. And as a result, our belief began to erode. Many coaches like myself and Megan, we began to experience fatigue and burnout. Instead of succumbing to what was easy to do, to give up or quit, we decided to rise up to the challenge, to change the conversation and reignite our belief in our mission. And that's when I Am Team Beachbody was born. It started with rallying our team, Diesel Nation, and we had them revisit why they started this journey to begin with. why they joined as a customer or as a coach, why they decided to continue their journey, and the lasting impact that this had on their life. We decided to use the phrase and then the hashtag I am Team Beachbody in sharing our stories. It was March 17th, 2017 that the post began to hit social media. It started with our team, and then other teams joined in. Then the super trainers, our corporate team, Carl, and all the executives. It spread like wildfire, and it was so awesome. One by one, you read incredibly powerful and moving, inspiring messages of hope, of life-changing transformations, of community. You were reminded why belief is so important in this business when you're flooded with competition and self-doubt. From that day forward, it became easier to ignore the noise that was going on around us, refocus on us and our mission. Many existing coaches, they leaned back into their businesses and continued to build with renewed joy, passion, and belief. Newer coaches, I had a conversation with one of my success partners, Erin Hopkins, who was a brand new coach during this time, and it inspired her to commit to writing her own I Am Team Beachbody success story. And that the emotions of that time, I feel, have carried us through. And last year, when COVID hit, and that could have changed the landscape for all of us. We didn't know whether it would be feast or famine for Team Beachbody. We were ready for it, no matter what.
You know, I love that story. And Christy, I've been thinking a lot about why posts go viral, you know, and I watch a lot of social media, a lot of TikTok, and why something just explodes. And it's because everyone is feeling the same way. They're like, yes, amen, preach. And I think what happened at the time that this whole I Am Team Beachbody movement came about is that you were just sick and tired of feeling just no passion, just no response from people in your own business. So you really didn't do it to go viral. You really, oh, did I freeze? Did I freeze? Okay, maybe I froze.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, you really didn't do that for it to go viral. You know, you did it just to go, come on, you guys, you were just lighting a fire, like move it, people, respond to me. And what happened is that everybody was feeling the same way. So it just became this movement. Like if you had set out to make a movement, would not have taken, it was organic because you were standing up saying, you guys, it's either, you know, quit or crush it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it brings us to today. Why do you think people are having so much trouble motivating others to do something? You know, like you just were fed up and you started something. So with all of that being said, Christy, just go ahead and talk about this topic and just go straight into it.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea, Sandy, that I Am Team Beachbody would take off like that. It was just a huge wake-up call to what we already knew was the solution to fixing our businesses, both individually and as a company. So I have 4 points today, and I think that what I'm going to do is highlight things that you just need to wake up to in order to sell that first challenge pack or start building the team that you've always dreamed of, right? That family, that community that you see on social media that you deep down inside want. And so I'm going to ask you a question. And by the way, I'm like super transparent, super fired up right now. So give me permission to just say it like it is. If I were to ask you right now, why are you Team Beachbody? And you have trouble coming up with a response, we've pinpointed what is or will be a block in your success going forward. And if you want to go on to sell that challenge pack, to use that BFF code, or go on to build a team like we have, then you have to address this issue head on right now. And you actually do it quite simply. You have to rebuild your belief or build your belief, and that will unleash your confidence. So when I look back to that time period, the I Am Team Beachbody movement and the stories that were shared, there were common themes that shine through that I believe can help us really regain our belief or build that impenetrable belief to build our businesses now and into the future. The first one, and if you're taking notes, if you're a note taker, I got 4 points for you. The first one is you have to remember your start. One thing that was cool about I Am Team Beachbody and the stories that were shared was that coaches who participated really dug deep into their start story. They vividly depicted that moment of decision when their back was against the wall and they decided to crush their own objections, their own misconceptions about joining a challenge group or joining a team to start their journey. That incredible day that they said yes to their coach, how that felt and what it did to impact their life. Many coaches, we create limiting beliefs around success in this business because we simply forget why we said yes to begin with and diminish the power of our own story. Your start story is your greatest asset in your business. And I'm going to be honest here and completely transparent. When I started building my business back in 2010, and after I attended my first summit and Super Saturdays and heard all these coaching success stories, I had even began to convince myself that the only way to be successful was to have this rags to riches story because that's what I was hearing. And as an attorney, I didn't have that story to tell. What's interesting is that now I hear other coaches create limiting beliefs around my success by saying that I must have some ridiculous superpower because I'm an attorney to build this business. You guys, it is a false narrative that is aimed and controlling your mindset and not letting you reach your true potential. None of that is true. What is true about my business is that I actually continue to create this success because I don't stop sharing the story of why I started. And because of that, I am constantly reminded that I started this journey as an overworked, underpaid mom of two who had lost her identity after motherhood, who smoked a pack of cigarettes a day and was nauseated at the thought of getting off the couch to play with her daughter. That woman who I was inspired by her coach, who happens to be my sister Becky, to make a change. And she sacrificed time and energy to change her life around. And my story is how I make an emotionally powerful connection with those that engage with me on social media and eventually join my bod group or my team. It is not a special unicorn skill that I possess. It's simply my story. So today I want you to think back to the person you were before Beachbody and what nudged you to start in any capacity. Remember how you felt before joining, why you joined, and why you have healed or are healing that person. That will undoubtedly help you understand that your story is your biggest and most powerful asset going forward. And not sharing it prevents others from experiencing what you already know. Number 2, along with a powerful start story that was shared with I Am Team Beachbody were amazing images and stories of transformation. Don't roll your eyes. You hear this on almost every national wake-up call, but I feel like it is taken for granted. You have to get results. Number 2, I cannot emphasize how important getting results with our programs, our nutrition plans, and our supplements are necessary to building your belief in what we do and how we do it. Do you have to be perfect? No, but you do have to get results. And those results, while they can be in any form, physical, emotional, it will be an outward and inward representation of your belief. Your results will create energy and momentum in your business that will materialize into confidence, a bold approach to your message, and the ability to add values to others. It's no coincidence that when I got in trouble back in 2016, 2017, and I started losing belief and the network started losing belief, it was because I wasn't following a program or a nutrition plan. But after I made an all-in commitment to 80-day obsession and I slayed that program, my business transformed. And because of that, I was able to help over 100 women and men start that program at the outset of 2018. You guys, If you're not excited for Let's Get Up, like, I need you to change right now. We have an awesome opportunity to commit to that program that launches on Monday to us and get insane results while building this joy around fitness with Shanti. Use the momentum of this new program to get results and to share that every single day. Number 3, you have to uncover your why. This is my obsession topic right now. My team knows it. It's like what I'm talking to them about constantly. And I saw the best quote on social media that highlighted a point with regard to your why, and I want to share it with you guys. And John Gordon said, "We don't get burned out because of what we do. We get burned out because we forget why we do it." The I Am Team Beachbody posts that were shared back in 2017, they revealed why we were coaches, why we stayed, why we were fighting, and the passion behind our movement. Your why is your anchor, and it's also your steering wheel of your business. It provides direction, answers, messaging, branding, resiliency, determination, focus, motivation, all of that to continue despite all obstacles. You want to know what the secret sauce is to building a Beachbody business? Figure out why you're doing this. Without a doubt, a coach that is driven with a strong why can figure out any how. And I know that firsthand. I've had a ton of whys in my career as a coach. They continuously evolve, but I will never forget the moment that I earned my first $200 paycheck because of my business. Insert income disclaimer. I was sitting at my desk at work paying bills, and because of my weekly Beachbody paycheck, I was able to send more than the minimum payment to a credit card that was sucking my soul. And I know a lot of you have had that or have one of those credit cards that just never goes away. And at that moment that I sent that $200 check, that green Capital One credit card, my sister is laughing right now, I was transported back to the time when Danny and I, my husband and I, had to borrow money from my parents when I was 9 months pregnant. And I carried so much shame because of that. Well, that $200 check, it set me free from that shame. My why became so deep and so personal that I knew I would succeed no matter what. And I'm telling you that half the time back then, I had no idea what I was doing in my business. I have no idea what I'm doing in my business a lot of times now. It is the nature of what we do. But I had that why gave me blind faith that if I never gave up, I would, and we would never be financially dependent on anyone ever again. And that's how I showed up to my business every single day. Conversely, a coach that is unclear on their why, that's not emotionally connected to their business, and is not pulled every single day to get up and serve others, they'll make excuses, they'll be distracted, and I bet you they're not actually working their business. This business can be the catalyst to a big vision for your life, but if and only if you find the joy and purpose in the very mundane activities that it takes to build this business long term. Developing that strong why is key in building that resiliency. And you have to ask yourself, what is it that you want? And this is what I want you to do today. Ask yourself, what do I want and why? And then you're going to keep asking yourself, but why? But why? But why? But why? But why? But why do I want that? Until you uncover that story, something that that brings to the surface that desire for your life that you know this business will provide to you. And lastly, I know I'm running over, Sandy, I apologize. It's number 4 is leaning into your community. One thing is for sure, the I Am Team Beachbody movement highlighted the beauty and power of our community. Sandy mentioned our family that is Diesel Nation. And I'll tell you that over the last 11 years, 10 years that we've been doing this, what keeps most coaches leaned in and growing their business is that they know they have a tribe of people behind them. It's what makes this whole thing so special. And you have to utilize that to your advantage when building your business. Growing any business is tough. I need you guys to understand that. If you want to be successful, you can't only show up when it's easy for you. The time that you really have to lean in is when it is hard. And when you decide, write this down, when you decide to go all in your business, you're going to be tested over and over and over again to see if you have the will to continue. But we're stronger when we borrow each other's belief. And you need to utilize that to crush our collective doubts and not fuel them. That's how we keep this engine called Team Beachbody moving forward, that is helping thousands of people, including us, every single day. You guys, what we have is so special, and you've joined a business that can change your life. And I promise you, well, I can't promise you a lot of things, but I can tell you from experience that if you remember why you started, why you're here, if you get results, if you lean into your community and you form a powerful why, you will have the foundation for an incredibly strong business that can help you transform your and your family's life now and into the future. Sandy?
That was fantastic. I'm going to do something here. I've got a Capital One card here. You know what? You gave such visual examples of how deep your why has to be and how you cannot forget it. And it brings me to the question for you outside of your script. You're still here 10 plus years. You like doing this. So even when it gets tough, like any business, it goes through cycles of, hey, I'm not feeling it right now, but you got to be reminded of your anchor. I loved that visual. So you're still doing it. What do you think is the key factor that has played a role in your success?
I mean, I revisit all the 4 points, right? The 4 points that I just gave you are one of the reasons why I'm here. But personally, I feel that my longevity in the business and the reason why I still feel this way about the business is that I've developed what I call my superpower of self-awareness. I can check myself real fast when I see that my mindset is slipping, when I'm starting to not feel belief and the passion that I know is and the energy that it takes to build a business like this. And I mean, that's all personal development, I have to be honest, but when I see it and I'm like, okay, I'm starting to feel struggling. I'm not getting that return on my investment for my invites. What's going on? I have this ability to kind of check myself, go back to basics. It usually involves getting incredible results with a program. I mean, you can't fake that, right? And I think that's one of the key things that I have is knowing when I'm starting to change my mindset towards the business and changing it right away and getting back to a place of abundance and of passion and all of that. So
that comes with experience. But I know that you talked about resilience. If 2020 taught us anything about resilience, I mean, that was the year to get a tough skin. We call this the wake-up call, right? And what I see on Facebook is everybody going, yeah, preach, amen, yeah. But is it going to really make anybody take action? It's like we can inspire, we can motivate. You're on fire. You've got this passion. But that little tiny difference that spills it over to, okay, today's the day I'm finally getting up. Today's the day I'm finally starting something. Or, today's the day that I finally cut up my Capital One
credit card. I mean, I would just say, look, I know that I have the ability to get people motivated and get them fired up. But what I want is everyone that's listening to this call or will listen to this call to take today and set real concrete goals in your business and then start working towards that goal. I mean, the Take Action Challenge is an amazing opportunity to do just that. Get into your activity tracker, set the goal of hitting Success Club no matter what, and commit to getting results with Let's Get Up or whatever program you're doing right now. But that's key, is not letting another day go by where you're saying, well, I'll do it the next day, or I'll do it the next, or I'll think about getting results, or I'll think about hitting Success Club. No, do it. It's a decision that you make. And if you really form the foundation of this business by always going back to that feeling of when you started and sharing that story and getting results and leaning into your team, into your community. I mean, the Beachbody Champions page, you guys, That's all of us. We're all in there. Lean on each other. Find a success partner. But let's do this. Go out there today, set the goal, and go and help that person change their life, just like you have.
Well, this is why the I Am Team Beachbody movement was such a success, because you were fed up and you said, just do it. You know, if you want to use the Nike tagline, that's what let's get up is. That is what a wake-up call is. You can call it whatever it is. You were able to motivate people who finally made the decision to start. Yeah. And for that, we all appreciate you. I remember the network was just like a changed area. I mean, we were all just collectively, like you said, it was the power of the collective. Yeah. And I think that whenever anybody feels doubt or they feel disbelief or no passion or no response to anything, they have to go back and look at their emotional attachment to why are they doing this in the first place.
That's right.
It is always a pleasure to have you, Kristy. Thank you so much for doing the wake up call. I know it's a call that people are going to go back and watch or listen to. Thank you. And I want to bring on Kevin Shaw. He's got 5 minutes of the most spectacular training you're going to get this week. So Kevin, take it away.
Thank you, Sandy. And coaches, I really want to emphasize what she mentioned there at the very end, that while it's so important, you know, your coach may be talking to you right now saying, hey, you need to hit Success Club. Hey, you need to be inviting people. And now these things are uncomfortable for you. What really matters, what we want you to do is to work on yourself and find that joy, find that passion, find that something that just helps you get up in the morning and you just want to tell the world about. Kristina has found it for herself. You need to find it as well. And as you do this, that will help you with your confidence. I say it time and time again, that's my word of the year is confidence. You need to have the confidence so that you can go to others and say, hey, I have found something that has helped me. Let's work on this with you as well. It's a great opportunity. And the best thing to do is when you have that conversation with your friends or family of, hey, join me on my journey. The best thing to do is to have a bod group to invite them to. It's not a scary process. It's not an intimidating process. You don't need to become an expert. All you need to do is have something to invite them to hold them accountable. And that's what the bod groups platform is. It's a place where you can hold people accountable as well as yourself. So what I'm going to do is show you how you can quickly set up a bod group yourself so that when you do send the invite, it is something that it is ready to go, and once they're in, you can start this thing. So all you need to do is go to beachbodyondemand.com. That's exactly the same place you go to do your workouts, to do the Let's Get Up sample workout. And up here on the tab up here, it says bod groups. I want you to click on that and then click on start a group. Very simple. You do not need to, like I said, I'm going to emphasize it again. You do not need to be expert. You do not need to be this amazing upline. You just need to have this ready to go so that when you invite people, it also helps them say yes. If you say, look, I have a bod group. I have this group starting on X date. Join me on this. That giving them that date gives them the opportunity to say yes quicker. So we're going to click on get started. And down here, I never found out if Let's Get Up is down here yet or not. Hot dog it is. Let's get up. Let's do this one. Okay. We are going to start this one on the 19th. And I'm going to make this an ongoing group because I'm not sure exactly when they're going to say yes. And I want to make sure that when they do say yes, that this group is there for them. So right now, it's an ongoing group with no end date. I want this to be in English. And I want this to be just the people that I invite. And down here it says, well, do you want Carl to post in your group and super trainers to post in your group? Absolutely. By the way, if you select this, they cannot see your group. Their posts just show up in your group. Okay, you click on next, and we get to figure this all out together. So we're going to say, let's get up group. We're going to choose an image. Look at this. Look at all these fun images. Yes, this one's speaking to me right now. I like that. We're going to click next. If you want, you can record your video to welcome them into the group. Otherwise, you're going to describe the group. You are going to find extreme joy while doing this group. Give it your all and it will give you awesome results. Something like that. Okay, click on next. I do want them having Beachbody on demand. These are the things that as they receive the invite, these are the things that'll say, great, here's the date and here are the things that you need to join the group. I want them to have Beachbody on demand. I'm going to talk to them about Shakeology and how important that is. The Performance Line products will probably be essential in here. And as I said, well, I'll just leave it like that. Okay. So down here, you can pick up the 3 testimonials if you would like. You can, depending on if you want to do men, women, coaches, non-coaches, singles, before and afters. I'll just choose one today. And the lucky winner is this one. Okay, we're going to click next. And you can preview your group. Once again, not a scary thing. It's just a platform to hold people accountable. That's all Bod Groups is. This looks like fun. This looks like joy. This looks like we need to get up. And here's what they need. Everything looks great. So I'm going to say, let's publish this group. And now I can go to my friends, my family, and invite them. Now, remember, if you are doing the Take Action Challenge, we want you get, for every 10 invites, guys, you get 1 entry in. So how you do that is that you enter in their email address here. You put in their name, their email address, you add it to it, or if you had an Excel sheet or something, you can upload a list here. And then for every 10, you get 1 entry into that. Now, and for every person who accepts, that's also an entry into the Take Action Challenge. It's a lot of fun to do that. But more than anything, we want you to be having fun. And we want you to hold people accountable. We want you really being there to help them find the joy that comes with this program. I think that's going to be the word for this program for Let's Get Up is going to be joy. And you're going to have smiles across your face. It's that time of the year to put the smile on your face, get that sunshine going. Guys, take action. Let's get up. All of these action verbs. I love it. And guys, have a phenomenal week. We will see you again on another National Wake Up Call.